In the small Igbo village of Umueze, everyone loved to cook with salt. Salt made the yam sweet, the soup tasty, and the fish delicious. Every morning, the women in the village would go to the market square to buy salt from traders who came from different places. One sunny morning, a new salt seller arrived in Umueze. His name was Okoro. He looked tall and thin, and he wore a red cap. He carried a big bag full of white salt on his back. He shouted, "Come and buy the best salt! Sweet salt for your soup!" The women gathered around him. They liked that his salt looked very white and shiny. "Your salt looks so good," said Mama Nena, who wanted to cook a goosey soup for her children. She paid him and went home with her salt. That evening, the whole village smelled of fresh soup cooking in every home. But soon, things started to change. Mama Nena's children began to cry. Their stomachs hurt badly. They rolled on the floor and shouted, "Mama, my tummy, my tummy!" Mama Nkichi, who also bought salt from Okoro, heard her own son groaning in pain. In many homes, children and even adults started vomiting. The air filled with cries and fear. Some villagers rushed to the herbalist's hut, hoping he could help. The village herbalist, Papa Ebube, took a deep breath when he heard the same story again and again. "They all used the new salt," he said. He sent his apprentice, Ikenna, to find the salt seller, Okoro, who was packing his things at the market. When Ikenna arrived, Okoro saw him coming and tried to run. But Ikenna shouted, "Thief! Poisoner!" The market people grabbed Okoro. They were angry. They dragged him to the village square, where the elders gathered to hear what happened. Chief Ize, the oldest man in the village, asked, "Okoro, why did you sell salt that made our people sick?" Okoro's eyes darted around. He looked scared. Finally, he said, "I did not know the salt was bad. I bought it cheap from a trader in the city." The villagers murmured angrily. Mama Nena stood up. Her child was still in pain. She cried, "You wanted to make money and did not care if we died." Others shouted, "He must pay." The elders hushed them. Chief Eze raised his hand for silence. The elders decided Okoro would stay in the shrine until they knew what the salt contained. Papa Ebube took some salt to his hut. He mixed it with water and herbs. The water turned black and started to smell very bad. "This is poison," he said. Papa Ebube gave the sick people a bitter herbal drink. Slowly they began to get better. The cries in the village quieted down, but everyone was still angry at Okoro. Some wanted him beaten, others wanted him chased out of the village. Chief Ize called everyone to the village square the next morning. He said, "Okoro has committed a big crime. He almost killed our children and women, but we are not killers. We will not take his life. Instead, he will be punished." The elders told Okoro he must pay for the herbs that saved the people. He must also sweep the market square every day for 6 moons. He would live under the watch of the warriors. If he tried to run, they would catch him and tie him to the Iroko tree. As Okoro swept the market square, children pointed at him and said, "That is the poisonous salt seller." Okoro's face burned with shame. Every day, he worked hard under the hot sun. At night, he slept on the cold floor near the market. Mama Nkechi and Mama Nena visited him one evening. They said, "Okoro, you should always check what you sell. People trust traders. If you sell bad things, you can destroy many lives." Okoro cried and promised never to sell anything without checking again. After 6 moons, Chief Eze called the village together. He said, "Okoro has done his punishment. He has worked hard and shown he is sorry. Let us forgive him." Some villagers were not happy, but others remembered that forgiveness brings peace. Okoro stood before the villagers. He knelt down and said, "I am sorry for my mistake. Thank you for saving me from my own foolishness." The villagers watched him quietly. Some nodded, others still looked angry, but no one threw stones. Mama Nena stepped forward. She gave him a bowl of fresh fufu and bitter leaf soup. She said, "Eat, Okoro. Let this meal remind you that good things happen when we care for one another." Okoro took the bowl with shaky hands. From that day, Okoro changed. He stayed in Umueze and started selling yams. He worked hard to win the villagers' trust. The children stopped calling him the poisonous salt seller. They called him Okoro the Yam Man, and he smiled again. Years passed. Okoro married a woman from Umueze. They had children who grew up hearing the story of the poisonous salt. Okoro told them, "Always check what you give others. Kindness is better than greed." and the village remembered the lesson for many years. This story teaches us that greed can bring pain and danger, not just to ourselves, but to many innocent people. It shows that it is important to be honest and careful in everything we do, especially when we sell things others will eat or use. It also reminds us that people can change when they are truly sorry, and forgiveness can heal a community.
Thank you so much for listening to today's enchanting story. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more magical tales that spark your imagination. Every story is a door to a new adventure, and I'm so glad you walked through it with me today. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep dreaming big. Until next time, keep the magic alive in your heart. I'll see you again soon for another wonderful story. Bye for now.